they can only hear me. So we could, yeah, let's move it around so it feels good for you. It's a nice shiny hat.
I like it. I don't want to trade it in. Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. I have no idea if like the lounge thing is playing.
My little table away. Oh wait, this.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'll start checking the streams. Just checking my streams. All right. Let's see what I got here. Looks like it's live. It's picking me up anyway. Let's see what else is picking up on the feed. Yeah, let's check.
I've got it running down my back.
Oh yeah, we're fancy now. Okay. We're a lot of wires going on. We got a lot of wires going on. That's because I've got it on 2 channels.
Oh,
so.
wow, here sounds great.
See? Ooh, tech, new tech.
So are you already planning the next Nord? Because no one can have just one.
Right, no one can have just one Nord. Here, we'll
They
check.
just came up with a number 5, a number 4.
They did, and I thought very seriously about waiting for a Nord 4, and then,
Wait.
well, yeah, 1,500 reasons why I was not going to buy a Nord right now. And this one went on sale because the Nord 4 was coming out, so it's like I will take the Nord at the closeout price. I have no problem with this. So, and I love
That's
it.
the way I am with computers. I always buy last year's computer.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like stupid fucking books I have to buy, you have to get one.
Yeah, it's true.
Because the guy you're competing against has the new one.
Right. We don't like you, guy. We're competing against. All right.
Oh, look at
So
this.
we're starting at 8. Yep. Isn't it
How's
pretty?
that, Mike?
Oh,
Sound
yeah.
good?
Can you hear
yeah.
friends?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay, good. Where's my show starting soon thing? There we go.
Have in here for me.
Okay. Yeah. What do I have? So we can hear you, by the way, just so you know.
What do you mean?
So don't give away your credit card number right now because we can hear you.
Oh, that's
Okay. As long as cool.
They can have my credit card number.
Yeah. 1-800 no money.
I've maxed it all out.
All right. So you see what we got? Yeah. All right. So we can do a little catching up, and then I'm going to talk about the show I was in, and then we'll do a little bit of trivia. We bring in our guest.
Are you having a printer issue?
Oh, that? Oh, probably. Yeah, I'm running out of ink. That's the thing I have to buy. Copious amounts of ink. I hate buying ink. I hate buying ink from a printer. It's a pain. So, but as long as we can see you and get you nice and close, and let me get this light on you a little
I
bit.
go through 2 printer ink cartridges in a month.
Oh my gosh! Well, okay, you're a lawyer. I can see that.
Thousands of pages.
Yeah, that seems like a occupational hazard.
So we moved into the office when during the pandemic, right? That all got flooded out. And this time instead of getting the big one with the service contract and whatever, I just got 2 like $300, $150 from Staples. And we've already burnt one out. We finally died.
Oh no!
Let's buy another one. I'm like, the drum costs $250. I can get a whole new one for $275. Right. And I put one at her desk and one at my desk, so we don't even have to like go back and forth.
Yeah.
And
No.
this time
Printers are worth it.
I got the twin to the one I have, so they both use the same cartridge.
Very cool. Good. You want to take that mic and come sit here?
I will. I'm ready to
Okay.
go.
Yep. We still have 5 minutes before we begin. So I know we're so ahead of the game, knocking on things because I don't.
I'm busy. I'm busy thinking about. All right, what do I want to work on with my one?
Yes, we have a thing called Eden every month where you can have one lesson a month and decide what to do. What happened to the camera? Ah! What did you do to it? You didn't do anything.
I rubbed my microphone.
I know, you rubbed it.
I rubbed the microphone. That's supposed to make it happy.
Okay, camera's coming back. There we
Hi,
go.
Carrie.
All right,
We're getting we're getting hellos already.
Oh, yes. Yes. I could steal it. Yeah, I could. So, yeah, no, the camera, I have a feel. Oh, internal temperature is high. That's what's going on? Are you kidding me?
Oh, you need a fan back there. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Of course. What would the show be without a tech failure?
Right. Okay, so I switched to a different camera. At least it happened before the show actually began, instead of in the middle of the show, so that's a plus.
You have more on the camera there?
I got a really crappy one right here.
Oh, the one that comes in the computer?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, at least the color corrected. All right.
This is the alternative.
Ah.
It's like being in the Wizard of Oz before the tornado.
So we need a silent fan because the fan makes noise.
Yeah. We need a desk that has ventilation behind it is what we need. We.
That's right.
The editorial we.
Well, I like to be part of that we. I'm just over.
We. All right. So, yeah, I'm watching it on this laptop. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the other thing over
Oh, yeah,
there.
that goes with this thing.
Oh, that's the camera that's not working.
Right. Right. The fancy, expensive one that's not working.
So where is the bird? No, the cock and tails. What street?
Oh, that's in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So I had all of this, stuff set up to go with this, and now we can't because we'll have to use this camera instead until this cools down. I'll let it cool down. It'll probably be fine.
We can actually get 4 angles?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it.
When it works, when it's not too hot. Yeah, we can do anything when the tech works. When the tech doesn't work, we're back to vaudeville. So
I should have put a little more powder on. It's still shiny.
Yeah.
Well, pretty soon when we get sun, it'll.
Yeah. But if that's the worst thing that happens, that ain't bad.
Nah, it's not bad.
It's not bad. This could be better. This could be worse. All right, so here's what we got. Yeah, it's a beautiful Sony ZV-10. I've never seen it have that thing saying it's too hot, but I did have it running a lot today, so it probably
You
does.
sure, or is it the outfit?
Yes. Well, hey.
It's certainly not the T-shirt.
So,
although Ruth is as hot as.
Well, this makes me look like I wore no self tanner. I just, man, right? So whatever. I mean, really, I said every show there's one tech thing that goes wrong, and this is it. I think I do have a second camera though.
Oh, good.
Let's see what I can do.
Is there a way to adjust this up so we don't cut off the top of your head?
Yeah, I can take this graphic off when we get going.
Well, not the graphic. Just see how the top is.
Oh, this is it. Because
So
it's in the
can
camera.
we tilt it a little? Or
Nope.
You can't get any lower. You're almost sitting on the floor.
We can't do a
Because
freaking
for
thing.
people who haven't seen us together, she's a little taller than
I'm a
me.
little taller. So, but that's why you have the adjustable chair. You can.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you can do the
I'm fine.
pneumatic thing.
No,
you can go up.
my head is. If this was a room, you're banging your head on the ceiling. You see that up
Yes,
there?
I would like to bang my head against many things working on the tech. That would make me happy. So let me see if I can do this. If I can add a second source and we can see this extra camera. I was fancy. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's what we need. Like in a cooking show, we'll get to watch your hand.
Ta-da!
I love it.
So maybe this camera up there would work. I have 20 seconds to decide if it's going to work or not.
And if you remind me, I have another camera to bring you, my old HD one.
Yeah.
Is like that.
What do you think? 2 viewers? Should we do it or not? I'm happy with this as is.
Where's David when you need him? Come on, David.
Right.
Oh,
Come on,
actually,
David Lau.
David's
Yeah.
audio tech, not video tech.
That's
isn't
right.
he? Yeah, that's right.
So if I bring this down.
But
There we are. Is that better? Worse? Same? We look very white.
we do. We look washed out.
This is the very white show. So I don't know. What do you think, viewers? Do you want to see the top of my white head, or do you want to see us just on
No,
basic?
I go with the other view. That view is.
Yeah,
let's
I
keep
think
this.
so.
Let's keep the view of the hands.
Okay. So that's up above, so you can see my wonderful desk and all of my tech and everything. It shows I'm really playing. There.
Yes. We're not
And then as the tech fails, it's like a new soap opera. Instead
As
of
the
as the
tech
world turns,
fails.
it's as the tech fails. That's my new show. All right. So, but seriously, I'm just glad to be here. Aren't you glad to be here? I'm glad to be here.
We'll
Yeah.
do that all when we're alive.
Yeah.
Actually, I think people can hear us now.
They can. Yeah. So if you can hear us and everything sounds good, give us a thumbs up and say something in the chat if you'd be so kind.
I think Carrie already said.
She did, and I appreciate that so much. So now I'm just looking over here at all the rest, and we're nearly there. So,
There we go.
yeah, if I can get the camera to turn back on after it has a little period of rest, a refractory period, we're fine. And if I can't, we're fine. All right, we just
The
look
show
rested.
must go on.
Yeah, I could do it. You know, I could do it like in black and white. We could do a noir.
Ooh.
Yeah, noir.
Does it give you like sepia? We can make it seem like it's like from the 30s.
I used to have an app that did that in here, and then gone.
I love love sepia tones.
Because I thought, well, I need this other camera to make everything work better, right? So clearly, yeah. So, all right, that's the tech fail. That's it. So aside from that, life's great, right? Life is great, and I'm glad you're there. Hey, Joe Zabinski, thank you so much for tuning in. All systems go. Yay. I'm so glad you're watching, and thank you, Carrie Lee. I'm glad I could steal things. I'd like to steal a camera that works. Got anything? Hi, David. He's here.
Where's
yes.
the shameless plugs?
Oh, that'll be about 40 minutes in.
We have them?
Yep.
Okay, good.
I do. Good. Yeah.
It's not often I have something to plug. So.
I know. I'm so excited.
He shows a placeholder for me.
So
what a busy
excited.
day. I got out of work. I went to tech rehearsal, and then I came here because the first show is Friday.
This is going to be cool. Oh, I didn't load the shameless plugs yet. So you know what? I'm going to load it right now before we begin.
I know.
Thank
I'm
you.
Looking out for number 1 here.
No, I can add that.
1B,
So yeah, 1B. So yeah, I use Restream, friends, and Restream lets me put in all these really cool things. There it is.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I think we got it in there. Yep, that's the one. Okay.
Well, you got a lot of other stuff.
I got a lot of other stuff. We got a lot going on.
Well,
so
that
I guess
actually said shameless plugs April 26th. We're on May 3rd.
Let's find out. This is the right one. This is the one I loaded. There you are.
Is that the one?
Yep, May 3rd.
Oh yeah, dad jokes. It's there.
Yeah.
We love the dad jokes.
So May 3rd, I think we're in. Yep.
I think if you're going to use that camera, we need to put your guest closer to you so you're both in the
Like
shot.
this.
Like this.
Yes. Close. Okay. I think we're ready.
Yeah.
I think we're ready. We want to do the show?
I'd love to do the show.
Let's do a show.
Play me in, Miss Eden.
Okay.
It's been a couple of weeks. It's only been a week.
It's only been a week, but it feels like 10.
Seems like an eternity.
Right. It's in dog years.
Live from Studio One in the Steel Cow Building, located in the heart of historic Wakefield Village, the home of Johnny Cakes and Brickley's Ice Cream. This is The Eden Show, a Greenhouse Entertainment Group production, and I'm Dan Chaika.
He is.
Eden's guest tonight is performer, life coach, and comedian EMILY TARADASH, who will be here to serenade you with her dulcet tones and play Sounds Like a Song with our fearless leader herself, Eden Casteel.
Hi there, friends. Thank you so much for joining us on The Eden Show tonight while we mess with graphics and cameras and all that fun stuff. I'm Eden Casteel. I am a voice coach, performer, cabaret, pianist, live streamer based in Wakefield, Rhode Island, but anywhere you are, I am. And this is Dan Chaika, my personal lawyer, Emcee. And we are very glad that you've joined us tonight for The Eden Show. So it's been a week.
It's been a heck of a week.
Yeah. We have to do it like we can't. It's not Regis and Kathy Lee because Regis is dead and Kathy Lee's retired. Who are the people who do that show? And that morning show now.
Oh, the football player, Michael Strahan.
Oh, he's long gone. It's a married couple. It's Kelly Ripa and her husband, Mark Consuelos.
Oh.
All they do is talk about their sex lives. We will not talk about our sex lives on the Eden Show.
No.
That would be a short show.
Please. It's what it is.
But instead, what I really remember about that show growing up is that even if they were leaving from the same house, they would act like they hadn't seen each other for a week.
Yeah.
And they would just talk, well, what have you been doing? What cool, smart cocktail have you been drinking? And stuff like that.
Well, you've had a heck of a week. I've just been toiling away for my show.
Toiling away for your show. Yes, shameless plug. Go ahead. I want to.
Shameless plug it more
Go
than once?
right now. Yes.
Yes. I ventured up to the Masonic Temple in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, to join the Rhode Island Stage Ensemble group for their series of one-act shows, all 10-minute plays, all written by local actors and all performed by local people. By the way, they called for adult-themed pieces.
It's blue.
Yes, however, we showed up and half the performers were under the age of 14, came with their parents, and made us feel a little self-conscious. But you know what? Screw them. Their parents knew what they got them into.
Yes, that's what you said to the minor children.
No, I didn't.
Screw them.
I did not.
You did not do
that.
I
smiled and
Thank
clapped.
you for
and
not
actually,
doing that.
some real thought-provoking stuff. Bullying, racism. I think that's what they meant about adult themes.
Right.
I don't think they wanted our adult themes.
It's like
but
an
you know
after-school
what?
special.
We got a lot of laughs, I got to tell you.
And are the kids like the ones laughing?
No, the parents were like, as they held their kids' ears.
So this is happening this coming weekend for you. And you're in
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday matinee. We got 3 shows supporting local theater.
I'm so happy for you. I'm happy that you have your shameless plug. Yeah, tonight on a very special Blossom. Yes. So, yeah, well, we train the children in the way they should go, and sometimes we corrupt as we go. So,
Actually, the kids are much more mature these days, and
They
they
are.
got the humor, I got to say.
That's right. They just pull out their camera and say, I've seen worse. It's fine. It's really fine. So that's what you're doing this coming
Yes.
weekend. I am going. Okay, here's a song. Do you know this song? Can anybody guess where I'm going based on the song? Do you know what it means to miss and miss her each night and day? Anybody know what that song is? That's the only thing I can think of when I think about this place in the South. Nobody knows?
I
Okay,
know I'm
you
not
know.
supposed to disclose that.
Okay. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans and miss her each night and day? I get to go to New Orleans on Saturday. I'm so excited. I get to be part of the Piano Ladies Conference because I play piano and I'm a lady. So there's going to be other people just like me, my species,
Yes.
will be in New Orleans for the Piano Ladies 2023
Well, your
conference.
gender, we're all the same.
That's right. I know. I like saying species.
I
It's fun.
understand.
Anyway, yeah, because piano women, I mean, we're kind of a rare breed.
Yes, but you're also a dynamic force in the entertainment industry. Let's be real.
Thank you. There are about 30 or 40 of us.
Ooh,
and
watch out, New Orleans.
Exactly. So we're going to go down there. We're going to play a lot of piano and network. And each night we get to go to a different piano bar and sit in and play.
So you're just going to take over the town.
Yeah.
You're going to bomb these unsuspecting places.
Mhm. Oh, they know we're coming.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm.
And they're
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to lock the door. They're going to let you in.
They better open the door and give me a hurricane, and
I
I'm
gotcha.
fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But I'll be gone for several days, so there is no Eden show next week because I'm going to be in New Orleans. But I'll try to do some lives from wherever I am.
'Cause I'll need to relax after 3 nights of performing. I
You
gotta
will.
tell
You will. I mean, you'll have to talk with your agent.
I will. I will.
Because that's exactly what happens after you do a 10-minute play festival. You get an agent, and then
I had an agent beforehand. Are you kidding?
Right.
Without my personal coach, I'd be nothing.
thank you. EdenCasteel.com.
That's right.
Right.
Eden can make it happen for you folks.
So anyway,
Take the hello lesson, and from there, it's just a dive into the pool.
I didn't have to pay him. He actually already paid me.
Yes, that's right.
This is
Happily.
great. I'm really happy.
Yes.
So, and I'm going to spend all of that in New Orleans.
And
But
complain she's not charging enough, so get in now.
Get-
Get grandfathered in, folks.
she's good and she's cheap.
Because between me and our next guest,
Right.
rates are doubling next week.
Yes, Emily is already telling me I should double my raise. Yes, my guest tonight is EMILY TARADASH, and more about her in a little bit. But I got
We got
prep.
some stuff here. We
got some
got to
prep
get
here.
there.
So, fun stuff has been happening this past week. Fun stuff is coming up. I'm going to New Orleans. You're going to go and tread the boards. And if you've been to New Orleans lately and you have advice on what I should go and see, I'm listening. So, yeah, we couldn't see me, but now I think you can, right? So this should work out. So, yeah, you can see me. I'm watching the feed. Looks good.
Yeah, the
So,
new tech is working. Look, everybody says we sound great.
yeah. So, yeah, all that was.
I got no one telling me to eat the mic. It's pretty
Yay.
good.
It's this
Yeah.
new headphone splitter thing, and so you can hear yourself better, and it's all going in. So yeah. Anyway, speaking of plays, right? So back in 2017, I did this play, a musical actually, at a theater called the Ocean State Theater Company, which no longer exists, but the musical was called Victor Victoria, and it was a very fun time. And the whole thing started. I did a cabaret there in Warwick in 2016, and I finished doing that show. And one of the guys said, "Well, we're doing this show in like May of 2017, and you should try out for it."
Okay.
So I went in and tried out for it, and I got the lead, and it was
Of course
Victor
you
Victoria.
did.
So it was the first time I'd ever been in that theater, and first time I'd ever auditioned, and I wound up with the lead.
Well, it's because they saw talent. They weren't letting you out the door, baby. You can...
I sang The Girl from 14G. That was my audition piece.
cool.
And the guy who played the audition had a transposing keyboard, and he started it in the wrong key.
Oh, I've had that happen.
I
That
was
sucks.
just about to die. So I made him stop and start over.
See, I didn't have the balls.
Yeah.
I just went till my voice cracked.
Because I knew I couldn't hit like the
Oh,
many
yeah.
notes if I didn't. So I got the part, did that show, and there was a wonderful woman in there in the crew named EMILY TARADASH. And she put my costumes on me. It all comes together. But as we learned and got to know each other better, I learned what a dynamic, fun person she was. And then life happened, and we'll tell you all about that when she gets here. But now she's doing a lot of other different things. So the Victor Victoria experience was really, really fun, and it was very weird too.
Do you happen to have a clip of that?
Do I happen to have? I'm so glad you asked. I just do. I have a clip right here. Oh, Brad says,
wonderful!
what happens in New Orleans stays there. Well, the pralines are coming home with me, Brad. So they can't stay there. The pralines have got to come home with me. And maybe the liver, but I don't know.
You have to bring some extras. I love praise.
So here is a clip from Victor Victoria in 2017, done by the Ocean State Theater Company, and you're going to see me looking weird. Okay, have I outed myself?
Wow.
Okay, are there questions in the audience right now? Are there questions in the audience?
I don't know. I think there should just be applause.
Right.
Going pro.
Yeah, GoPro. I know, Carrie. I need to get other cameras that work. So my really good camera overheated in pre-show. So I'm letting it cool down, and I might get it started up here again a little bit, but it needs more time to relax. So, all right, that's Victor Victoria, which was in 2017. And what I want you to really to notice about all of that were the gorgeous costumes. And our guest tonight made all of them with her incredible crew.
Such an amazing show. The theater closed 2 days after.
And the theater closed 2 days after our show did. So that was very sad. So I got to be the last person on stage for that show. And then when the GAM opened and did a musical, I was the first person on stage for the GAM. And that was really fun. Yeah, I was really excited about that. I was the last person in the last musical, and I was the first person on for the first musical.
That was the theater in the spot where the GAM is now. All right,
yeah, where the GAM is now. So that's the backstory, right? Is that I got to do this really fun show, and there was this fantastic woman, EMILY TARADASH, who was making our costumes, and she was in charge of a huge team. She worked her butt off. As much as we all worked, she did. And then life took us in different directions since the theater closed, and I didn't know what happened to her. And now she's in my house. How did that happen? I don't know. So anyway, that's your tease, is that we're going to have Emily on here very, very shortly. So I don't even think we have to do a lot of trivia. I think we could do like,
we'll figure that out. But
yeah.
What happened to other people in the cast?
Oh, I'm going
There's a note here that I find very intriguing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, about him, right? Yeah. Well, let's get Emily on, and then we can all
Okay,
talk
good,
about
good,
it
good, good.
together.
I'm sorry.
So I have talked
Shame
so
on
much.
me for following the show flow.
It's all right. It's all right. We always have too much material for the show, and then we don't use half of it. So, but, we always do Today in History, and we talk about whose birthday it is and cool things that have happened in music. But today
we have Emily, so
is
that's
the best
thing.
day in history because Emily Taradash is a guest on the Eden Show. Emily, come on in. She's going to get herself plugged in. She's going to test her mic, and all's going to be good. And you can bring yourself up as much as you want, Dan. Because tonight, it's menage a trois.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Woo-hoo. Can you hear everything okay?
It's a Dan sandwich.
Good.
I love that.
Right? It's a Dan sandwich. Yeah. It's a dream come true. So, Emily, I am thrilled you are here.
I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you for having me.
Put up your little thing right there, and then I'll put the chat over here so we can see who's talking to us. So, friends, this is Emily Taradash. Did I say it right? Is it Taradash or Taradash?
Taradash.
Taradash. And she was the costumer for Victor Victoria, which is how we met. But now she does so many cool things. So, Emily, your 30-second bio of what you do.
Oh my God.
You do so much.
Okay, I do so much. Well, so let me back it up a little bit.
Okay.
If you will allow me.
Sure.
So after Ocean State closed, I read The Color Purple. That's what I did for 2 weeks. And then I just started booking costume gigs. So that was like my vacation, was reading The Color Purple. And that was a great way to do it. On Amy's suggestion, actually.
Very cool.
Thank you, Amy.
Good.
So then I just kept booking gigs and booking gigs and booking gigs. And I was exhausted. I was really burnt out. But I kept saying yes, because when you're a freelancer, you're like, oh, okay, well, I got to do this next job. I got to do this. I got to do that.
Tomorrow.
Got it. Yeah. And I started working at some schools, and I was doing costume design. And because I have an MFA in costume design, they were like, great, come do it. I was adjuncting. At one point, I was adjuncting at one university. I was designing at another. I was working at a boarding school. I was working with a ballet company.
So no sleep.
And I was sleeping miraculously. But I was also working with the Wilbury group. So I just worked at all these different places, and I was getting in the car. I didn't even know which direction I was going in. I was super burnt out.
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? She's not going anywhere.
I'm only going to Woonsocket these days.
I'm going to Woonsocket.
Mainly because I live in Woonsocket. I love Woonsocket. I grew up in Tiverton, but I left, and then I came back. And
some cute guy is asking how many shows you did that year.
Oh my God, how many shows? I did in 2017, the year Victor Victoria closed, or Ocean State closed. I did, I don't know how many I did that particular year, but in 2018, which was the year we got married, I did 25 shows. And I got married.
And she got married. Did you make your wedding dress?
No.
Sensible woman.
I like to sleep.
Smart.
I
Yeah,
do
look at
actually
smart.
like to sleep,
Yeah, right. But that's what I remember is that intensely creative, really funny, and I we trusted you completely, and I loved what you did on that show, and I love seeing your costumes for Ocean State and everything.
It was so nice to see them again, because I haven't, I sort of hadn't thought about them, because I've made a lot, probably hundreds of costumes between then and now.
Yeah. They're not like children. Like, you don't remember them. They kind of fade a little bit.
Yeah, they do. I mean, there was one year, I think the first year at Ocean State, I was the costume shop supervisor. That's what I was hired as in 2016. And they had a couple of packages that they rented with the costumes, so they really just needed somebody to, adjust them and then put them on stage. And then, of course, when you get a package, there's always some that just don't fit people. Mm-hmm. So then, luckily I'm a designer, so I'm like, oh, I'll make these choices. How do you like this? Great, put it on stage, get it going. There wasn't a lot of time, because Ocean State essentially was a summer stock theater year-round. So,
do you understand what that means, friends? So we say summer stock theater year-round. They have a compressed rehearsal schedule. Mm-hmm. and a month of performances, but then they're also working on other shows behind the scenes at the same time.
Yeah.
It's very intense.
Yeah.
I was only in one show there, I remember that. But I remember just thinking, how does the crew sleep or survive? Because we would get done with our, equity 8-hour day or whatever, and then you guys would go off for a 2-hour meeting.
Yep. Yep. There were many times where I was leaving the theater around 1 or 2 in the morning and coming back at, maybe like 9 or 10,
Yeah, it was really intense, and that's how it operated. And so Ocean State lasted for 5 years in their Warwick spot, and the theater that's there now is the GAM Theater, which is a wonderful theater. And it was really fun to watch, the GAM kind of take over Ocean State and make it into a really permanent theatrical home. But I was very grateful for the time that I was there. And Ocean State did really good productions for like 5 great years.
You seem to close these theaters.
I do.
Right, you did the last performance right before the pandemic.
I did. I actually felt like an assassin. I felt like the theatrical kiss of death for a while, and then the day it closed. Right? Yeah. So it closed, and then 2 days later, all of a sudden on Facebook, I saw all these people saying, "Oh my God, it's closed," and they had financial problems, and that took them under. And then my picture was on the Projo again, the local paper, because I was the last person to be in a leading role there. So I thought, oh, crap. But everybody has gone on to do other things. So, yeah, where are they now? So I have more pictures, Emily.
Oh,
more
great.
pictures
I'm
to
so
show
excited.
you. Oh, yeah. So we can play. She can talk about her stuff. And she sings, too.
I do.
All right. So we talked about what she's done. This is all what she's done.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. I love this outfit you gave me. So I took a bunch of backstage photos, but I had to dress like a man, right? If you know the story of Victor Victoria, it was Julie Andrews' a movie that she did, and then it became a Broadway show where she played an out-of-work, down-on-her-luck singer who dressed as a man and became more famous as a male singer impersonating a woman. She's a man impersonating a woman impersonating a man.
Which is illegal in Florida.
Which is legal in Florida.
Some other places at this point.
And these are costumes you did.
Yes.
And all of these young dancers are such great performers, and they're all performing still. So, Allison over there on the far right just got married this weekend.
Yay! Congratulations.
We're happy for you. And Tavon, who is behind me down there, is in Sweeney Todd at Trinity.
Yeah, Devon.
Michael Byrne is acting and directing. Jeremiah, who's the cute blonde down there on his knees, he's a lawyer. So he's a lawyer.
Way to go.
He went to like Harvard or Yale.
Great.
And then Lisa Joyce down there, or Heather Hurst, she also is a performer. And they were just such great, people, great artists. It was really fun. This is Bill Whitehead, who played Toddy, my best friend, in the show. And he kind of was my beard, literally, for this. And I was his. And we became good friends. And Bill now is a part-time manager for the Barker Playhouse in Providence. And he also works in the ticket office at Theater by the Sea.
Excellent.
And we're still good friends. And he's an interior decorator. He's a great guy. So what else? Oh, that's later.
Always
That's
gets me my
later.
best tickets. I
Yeah,
like
and
that
it gets with best tickets.
one. Ooh, look at that.
Daddy Warbucks, what are you doing?
Chris Swan played King Marchand, who had one girlfriend and then switched over to me. And he just couldn't believe that I was a man. And so then he figured out I wasn't. So, so these are all like press photos and everything. And that little bed was so tough,
Yeah.
tiny. And there were 2 of them, right?
How's it floating?
How's it floating?
Yeah, it looks like it's
Oh,
floating
yeah. It's on a
there.
platform.
It's theater magic.
It's theater magic. So there's this platform there, and somebody was coming to the door. So we had just woken up, and we're very shocked that somebody was coming to the door, and we had to figure out what we had to do.
Oh, so that's not the moment he figures out you're a woman?
No, that's not. No,
that's earlier.
Earlier. So this is Bill, who played Toddy, and he is trying to convince me that I can be a man. That I start the show as a woman and have this horrible costume as a woman, but then it just gets crazier and crazier. And I mean, how many did you have to do? You did a
Deliberately
bunch.
horrible, though.
Deliberately
No
horrible.
slight
No,
on
no,
the
no.
designer.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, there are, as a designer, you do have to make choices, right?
Yeah.
Like about stories. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So you make stories, and it was a kind of a farce type show. It's set in Paris. There's a song called Paris by Night in it and everything. So when Julie Andrews did it, it was on Broadway in the mid-90s. It was the last Broadway show she did, because then she lost her voice. And she lost her voice doing this show.
Oh, God.
So that was the thing that terrified me, is like, how do I make sure I don't end up like her? But I found out a bunch of stuff about it, is that she had been doing some not safe vocal things. And she was older. She was already in her 50s, and she had to do 8 shows a week.
Oh, my God.
And the music was extremely low. So that also probably didn't help. But then she had surgery when the show closed on her vocal folds, and that's what caused her to lose her ability to sing.
I see.
So it was having to do this kind of singing for so long, but then the surgery actually took her out. This was really fun too. And I love wearing a tux. You put me in a great tux.
Thank you.
And I had all of these wonderful, things so we could get it off and on really, really fast. And then I had to dance like a guy with Kristen Weatherington, who was beautiful in every possible way. And she was very kind to me and just, put up with it while I was trying to dance like a bad guy.
And she's now in New York, has a baby, and also just finished cabaret, I believe.
Yeah, I think she's doing some different shows and she's performing beautifully. Very happy for her. And there you are. I was looking for one picture with all of us together. So there's Emily sitting in the front row in the blue, and that is the cast and crew of Victor Victoria. And this is when we were still open. And we did a cast photo, and that was the last show at Ocean State. So that was what happened, right? Yep. We did that show together. We had a great time. Then you went off and you did a million other shows. Yep. Your costumes have floated all around the world. And now, what are you doing?
Now, well, in about after doing that really intense year, I was like, okay, I'm going to do less. So the year after, I did half as many shows, and I was like, oh no, that's still too much, because that was still like 12 or 15 shows.
You're coming down off that high of Ocean State, where you're doing everything.
Right. And so it's in some ways easy for me to sort of jump into stuff and finish it. And I would often get calls to like, oh, somebody else quit. Please come fix this. Interestingly, schools all do shows the same weekend. So
they do. So what are some of the shows you did?
Oh my God, let's see.
Did you do Godspell?
I didn't do Godspell.
Because there's a song in here from Godspell.
No, I just like Godspell.
Oh. So she didn't do...
No.
Wow, can we hear the song from Godspell?
Yeah. I thought like all of these songs were like from shows that you did, and like, you'd be sitting there and, doing your little stitching, and then you hear the singer off stage and say, I can do that. And then they call you on stage and make you the star, because...
That's another... We'll get there.
We'll get there. So, my throat is so dry, I must have wine.
You do you, girl.
All right, so Godspell. What key do you like to do Beautiful City in? I know it by heart. So if you start singing it, I'll find you, maybe. So if I go...
Out of...
Yeah.
Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke,
kind of right for us.
out of our nights of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One pale thin ray, reaching for the day. We can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city of men. We may not reach the ending.
We may not.
But we can start ADHD, everyone. Slowly but truly mending, brick by brick and heart by heart. Now, maybe now, we start learning how.
Foreshadowing.
We can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city of men. We can take the end it there. Thank you.
This is good. Thank you. Thank you. I love that song.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
It's so pretty.
It is pretty.
So, I mean, when you costume Godspell, what? You just need the Superman thing, right?
I think, I've only seen Godspell once. I saw it at a high school in Vermont when I was in college. And everybody had face paint and everybody had overalls on. And I was like, what is this? So like it was sort of dead to me until I was working at Ocean State and I was listening to Sirius XM in my car. And I was hearing the guy from Weeds who does that song. He's so beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, this show.
Hunter Parrish, right?
Hunter
I love
Parrish.
his version. Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
so
God.
pretty.
So thank you for inspiring me to listen to that song and get to know it. I really
Yeah.
like it. Yeah,
So you're now a life coach
I am.
and a comedian.
I am. Yeah.
Those seem to dovetail nicely.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do. So I was teaching costume design, and then I was like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And I had been in a coaching group, and in that coaching group, people were like, you're really good. You should coach. You should do this.
You can
And
drop your questions here,
Yeah.
right? She'll give you advice.
I
No,
will.
she won't. But go ahead.
I'm
anyway.
happy to. I'm happy to talk to you. But it was a really wonderful group with Cassie Underwood, and
No relation to Carrie.
no relation to
Okay,
Carrie.
just
I don't
making
think
sure.
Cassie sings, although I'd be interested to hear it. Yeah, there was just a lot of like mindset shifts that I had almost instantly, and I think in theater it's very easy to like sort of carry around a lot of resentment. I'm just going to be really honest because like people are working really long hours.
Like if
For-
your theater closes 2 days after your last show,
You know, like
or like,
it's
you know, if you're in
hard.
a 10-minute play festival and you got a bunch of kids doing NC-17 stuff.
NC-17. Thank you, 17-year-olds. Always doing things that are NC-17 and R-rated. I can speak to this as a former high school theater teacher.
Yeah. No,
Always pushing
they're
it.
more sophisticated than we are.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
So you had all these questions kind of spilling around and things like that. I'm going to try to turn the camera back on in a minute. But tell me, so you had all these questions, and then how does one become a life coach?
You just decide to do it. That's pretty much it. Like, you can get certified if you want. I already had a master's degree. I already had teaching experience. I'm like, let's just do this thing. So I did it. And I think that's like the big shift, right? You know, sometimes you just need to decide. Like, you just need to decide, like, oh, I want to do this. I'm going to do this now. And in that coaching group, people were like, you're really funny. Like, Cassie was like, you're super funny. And I have stand-up comedy friends, and you should do it. You should think about that. And so I was like, okay, great. So I start coaching. I start my business in 2021. And then I get an email a few months later thinking about, oh, well, I guess I'll try this comedy thing. And Poppy Champlin, I'm on her list.
Poppy
circle.
Champlin.
The
The
circle.
circle. It's the circle of Poppy. Right.
And it moves, that's all.
We
Yes.
know you, Poppy.
We know you.
We know you.
Yes.
And Poppy was my guest on the Eden show.
Yay.
Like in what? Was early on, right? Wasn't it within the first year?
It was.
Yeah. Time was a blur.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
she was, and she's going into the Rhode Island Comedians Hall of Fame
Yes,
this
she
month.
is.
Awesome.
May 20th, get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So you took Poppy's class, and
I
I was
did.
there, and I was there.
And I was there, and you were there, and you were there.
It was so cool, and I hadn't seen you since Victor
I
Victoria.
know. I know.
Emily! Oh my God!
Well, we hadn't seen anyone because, like, you know, we had been in the pandemic. I'd been in my house in Woonsocket, you know,
True.
like making kombucha for 2 years straight. Oh, yeah. No, I
That's
got
a lot of kombucha.
super into fermentation. So,
Tell me more of that while I get up and show everybody my business while I turn on the
oh, yeah,
camera.
show on your
Tell me
business.
about kombucha while I show you my kombucha.
Well, I mean, it's all alive. It's alive. She's alive. Yeah, I just got really into. Somebody gave me a sourdough starter. Somebody gave me their like heirloom. Brought it from Germany.
Yeah.
And sourdough starter from like 1918. And then I started making sourdough like a maniac, like most other people in the pandemic.
Oh,
Right.
anybody, the sourdough people are freaks.
We
Yeah.
love it. Oh my God. But then I was like, oh, if you leave stuff out, like it's actually good for you. Wow.
Not always.
Not always. But this is everybody.
Don't try this at home or without proper training. People.
Oh, I
Good.
love
The
it.
show will
Now
not
we're
be
the-
liable. We have
We're the
warned
right
you.
color again.
Well, look at
So-
us. We're in
Oh,
Technicolor
look at that. We
now.
look beautiful.
Oh,
It's
look at us.
just like the Wizard of Oz after the tornado.
I have done that show.
Right. Anyway, so you got up, you did stand up, you were roaringly hilarious.
Thank you.
And then now you say, I am
Yeah, now I'm
I contain multitudes.
I contain multitudes. And why should we just label ourselves as one thing? You know, like life is long. Adults are always learning. Like,
Personal
That's
lawyer,
right.
MC,
You know?
life coach, comedian,
Like-
host, occasional tech person.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And here is Emily's website. Let's see if I can actually share this. So you can just see the cover.
got her Insta?
There she
Okay.
is. Look at her with the stand up. Look at her go. And there's the stand-up comedy. And she is doing gigs, friends. She's doing gigs. So I think it's cute that, they can come for life coaching and then also just laugh their asses off as they hear you. And
Well,
see you.
I think people think that coaching is very, very serious, and it can be. Like you can do a lot with it, but like I do think that levity is really important right now.
Oh yeah.
And always. And this is what makes us resilient is having the ability to play. Like having the ability to play. That's what sometimes the kids lose it actually. Sometimes they're too
Yes,
they're too
focused
grown up.
and
True.
too serious.
True.
Yeah.
So let's do a funny song.
That's too funny.
So let's do the duet. So, and have you ever done White Christmas? Have you ever done that show?
I did at Ocean State Theater.
At Ocean State Theater, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that one.
And today is Ben Crosby's birthday,
Yay.
actually. So,
Bing.
if you've seen White Christmas, he's a major part of it. And yeah. Okay. Anyway, so you know what? This transposed. I can tell it transposed. Now, how do I get it to transpose back? This is really weird.
Whoa.
So
Did I touch something?
I touched something.
No.
It's my new Nord, and I'm just figuring out where this transpose button because it went
This is
down.
live, people.
Oh, there it
This
is.
what we do.
Okay, cool. I have perfect pitch, so I can tell when things are not in the right place,
Great.
and it's kind of annoying. Anyway,
It's a curse.
it's
not
a curse.
blessing.
It's a blessing. It's a curse. It's me.
It's beautiful.
Am I the older sister?
Yeah.
Sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters. Never had to have a chaperone, no sir.
I'm here to keep my eye on her.
Caring, sharing, every little thing that we are wearing. When a certain gentleman arrived from Rome,
She wore the dress and I stayed home.
all kinds of weather we stick together, the same in the rain and the sun. Two different faces, but in tight places, we think and we act as one. Those who've seen us know that not a thing can come between us. Many men have tried to split us up, but no one can.
No, they can't. No, they can't. No, they can't.
Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister. And Lord help the sister who comes between me and my man.
Yay!
That is us. That is us. I mean, you have just absorbed from all those shows that you did, right? You just know all the songs.
There's a
and
lot
you
of
whip
listening.
them out. There's a lot of listening.
There's a lot of listening.
Yeah.
Timeless
I mean,
song. It's
so
a timeless song.
isn't it a great song?
Wonderful,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is a wonderful
Is that
one.
Irving Berlin?
It is.
It is.
It
Mhm.
is.
It really
Yeah.
is. So what's your favorite show of all time?
Oh, that's so hard.
One you like to see or even one that you were in?
Oh, my favorite show that I was in, I was in a show for 3 years called 2010 Our Hideous Future, the musical. And
I've never heard of that.
there's a reason, but it's not because it's not wonderful. It's because it's a very niche audience. We were in Cambridge, and we were really doing this for a lot of MIT people, and it was of a time. So it was
of a time.
a near futuristic dystopia.
It should have been 2020.
We were really forecasting. I mean, we did forecast Apple Watches and stuff like that. There were costume pieces. I did not do the costumes for that show, which I try to keep boundaries. This is part of life coaching, right? So it's don't do the costumes and be in the show if you can avoid it. And also don't, direct and, which is, that show, that's a great show. I love The Show That Goes Wrong.
Yes.
I saw it in London. I saw it with the original cast, and it was so good. It was so funny because there were so many inside theater jokes.
Kind of like the live stream that goes wrong.
The camera's
same.
back.
And the camera's back.
We
so
look
we're
so
gonna-
pretty.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, this is a great Sony camera when it doesn't get hot. So, yeah.
It's too
It's darn hot. It's too darn hot. My Sony camera likes to overheat. And that makes me want to kill.
Your
That's
feet.
it. Feet. See, she improvises.
I try.
We're actually
Hold
rapidly.
that thought. We'll be using that.
Yes, yes. So, viewers, anything that's inside the chat is stuff that we can use so that way Emily can sing and perform. So that sounds like a song. So anything you write in the chat becomes fair game for us to use for Sounds Like a Song in just a few minutes.
And we use emojis too.
And we can use emojis too.
fabulous.
Yes, right, Joseph. We can totally use
Thank
it.
you, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, of course. What did David say? The Sony camera got hot. Look at the cameras looking at. Oh,
Oh,
bless you.
thank you.
You are so good. Yeah. All right. You have jokes that a mother could love, David. But the camera overheated, but I think it's fine now. So you went from professional costumer to life coach, and then you've added on the comedy, and we have a show coming up.
We do.
So is this the first one that you've produced on your
this
own?
is my first time producing.
So cool.
Yeah.
Guys, look, check this out. She made the poster and everything. She used Canva.
I did. I love Canva.
We love a good Canva poster. There it is. So day after Mother's Day comedy, or like Mother's Day hangover show.
Yes, for the Mother's Day you actually wanted,
Right.
you know? And these women are amazing. I mean, you're seeing the two of us. But Amy Schwab, Rhonda Corey, Lauren Sims, Karen with a C, Leochi. I love, it's so interesting because, like, I like to be sort of amorphous and take people, and I love collecting things and people. And so, so comedy's such a great thing to bring to people because there's so many different ways to relate. But also, these are all locals. Like these people, you have a lot of very funny local people in Rhode Island, you know, and people in theater don't necessarily go to comedy, and people in comedy don't necessarily go to theater. So it's very interesting about what we're bringing together. And I think, too, the crossover with music, because it is going to be hosted at the Zabinski Music Studio in their recital hall. So Eden gets to play the grand piano.
I'm excited.
Ooh.
I do.
Yeah.
And since it's post Mother's Day, I have a wide selection of maternal tunes.
Oh, yes.
So I have, if you want my gravy, pepper my ragu. When you're good to mama, mama's good to you.
Oh.
I have that. I have Stacy's mom has got it going on. I've got Mamma Mia. Here we go again. My, I had da 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 da. Okay, I don't like that song. But, I've got Mama who bore me.
Love that one.
Mama who gave me no way to handle things, who made me so sad. I've got
I
Mama
was hoping so.
just killed a man. I'm making a medley. Can you tell? I'm gonna do like a Mama Mega Mix.
Mom Mega Mix.
Mama
my
Mega
God,
Mix
yes.
just for you.
Oh my
just
God.
for you.
I'm so excited.
So that's where I'm kind of going with that. I got my list. And so by the time we get to the 15th, there will be a thing.
Yeah, and this is for women, by women, but, you know, bring them in.
Men are
Oh,
welcome.
we are invited?
Men
You are invited. If you want to come. There's
Yeah.
going to be noshes and
Mama
there's going
told
to be
me you could come. Mama told me you could come. Okay. Yeah. There's nosh.
Yeah, there's nosh.
There's libation.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
Some bubbles.
Some bubbles. And that is happening on Monday, May 15th, the day after Mother's Day. The day
The
after.
day after. And I also want to just be very specific. We're going to be out in 90 minutes. I don't like to linger.
Yeah.
Let's leave them wanting more, you know? So if you have seen comedy, sometimes it goes and goes and goes and goes. And even though it's funny, it's like, I'm exhausted. It's time for bed. It's a Monday night. It's a school night. So you're going to be out of there at 8:30, I promise, you know? So
Cool. I appreciate that.
yes.
Yeah, especially on a Monday night.
Yes. Yes.
So you can have laughter, you can have libation, you can have nosh, you can have a little music, and you will get home in time to read them a story.
yes.
So that sounds like ideal. Emily, this is going to be so much fun.
you.
And this is in Pawtucket at the Zabinski Music Studio
Yep.
because they have a performing space on the
Yes.
second floor, right?
On the second floor is the new performance space that they've just been in since January, and you can rent it. So there've been like fashion shows, and there's a church in there, and there's all sorts of
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm really going to scope it out totally
Yeah.
for showcases and things.
Yeah, and then they have on the third floor is where they teach the lessons. So
And Esther Zabinski, who runs that, right? So 6 degrees of separations, right? So Esther is your sister-in-law.
yes,
And she was the music director for Victoria.
Hey.
Which is how I met her there too. Yeah. So were you dating James at that time?
Joe and I were
Joe,
dating.
sorry.
No, Joe and I met through Esther on the very first show at Ocean State Theater. This is a deep dish. I had totaled my car 2 days before hydroplaning into the guardrail in Fall River.
What?
Yeah, it was Tech Week. It's like another like Tech Week blunder. So I went to get a new car at this Toyota in Raynham, and I borrowed my mom's car to go to the after party. I didn't even see the Addams Family, which was the very first show I worked on at Ocean State Theater.
Anyway.
So good. Love that
So
show.
good. Yeah.
So I met Joe at the after party, and that was pretty much it. You know, we just it was all meant to be. I love you. Thank you for watching. But
Yeah, your husband watches.
yeah,
That's
he
great.
does.
There's a
Yeah.
joke there.
There's a joke there.
there.
Yes.
There's
Well,
a joke there.
Has nothing to do with you. Don't worry. We're not-
No, he said that if I get up to 1,000 subscribers, then we will do Naked Eden show.
Oh my goodness.
And I said that's when my husband will actually watch. Is when we have 1,000 subscribers.
You
So-
can tell her family doesn't watch because they call her during the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
We
My
have
son
to put her
calls me
phone
up.
on airplane mode.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey mom. Yeah, can you help me? And my husband, he's always doing something online at this exact same time. So yeah, so he really can't watch, but he watches like the rest, and he just checks on my tech. And he always asks me, "Well, how was it?"
Oh,
and
that's good.
so is Joe? Is he theatrical and musical as well?
Joe used to play the drums, but
Another drummer.
A drummer, yeah. My heart's a drummer.
yeah. But he's I don't know. He comes from a very musical family. I mean, all the Zabinskis, his parents
Are pretty musical, yeah.
are, music teachers, bassoonist and pianist.
I think all of these are on here to kind of describe your life. Is that
I
right?
would say so, yeah. I would say so.
And after this, we're going to give you a little bit of a break, but you're going to get the lyrics out
We need another
because,
song,
yeah,
though.
Because I can only hold so much in my mind these days.
I'll just vamp.
My baby, he don't talk sweet. He ain't got much to say. But he loves me, loves me, loves me. I know that he loves me anyway.
He sure does.
And maybe he don't dress fine, but I don't really mind. Cause I dress him, you get lots of compliments because of me, you're welcome. Cause every time he pulls me near, I just wanna cheer. Let's hear it for the boy. Let's give the boy a hand. Let's hear it for my baby. You know you gotta understand. Whoa, maybe he's no Romeo, but he's my loving one-man show. Whoa, let's hear it for the boy.
That is enough of it. Hey, that's so great. That is for you, boys.
Thank you, boys.
Right.
And also thank you, Joe. That
you, Joe.
really song is not about you, but
That could be about, Mr. Eden Casteel, but that could be. But yes, boys, we love the boys. They're great. And so what I'm going to do now is give you a little bit of a break, Emily. Okay. And we're going to do just a really quick shameless plugs. And because Dan has already plugged his thing and you have plugged your thing, I get to plug my thing.
Yes,
plug
you
your
do.
thing.
I do? How
We
fun!
always plug your stuff.
All right.
Come on.
I know. We always plug my
No,
stuff.
that's the highlight of the show.
It's the
You
Eden
kidding?
show. Why not,
Put
right?
that graphic up and
Yep. Oh, yeah. I didn't make it as a see-through because that's my life. Anyway, shameless plugs. If I am in it, I want you to see it.
Shameless plugs.
Oh, you know what? That's not the right one. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You're right, Dan. That was last week's. So let me see if I can find the one that says May 3rd. Shameless plugs. I downloaded it. Oh, heck. Where'd it go?
well, there's a lot of them up
There were a lot of them up there.
so many.
There's so many. I know. There's tons of shameless plugs. So you know what? We're just going to talk our way through them
All right,
anyway.
another tech failure.
Another
Let's go.
tech failure. Okay.
Moving on.
I can tell you what they are, right? So I'm going to New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
And then before I go on May 5th, I get to do a really cool dueling pianos thing. And and I'm doing that at Pelham House Resort in Dennisport, Massachusetts. Joe Brisbane is going to be doing Mod Hollywood up at Club Cafe on Tuesday, May 9th.
Awesome.
She's going to be awesome, and she was your hot mom in the 70s
yeah.
showcase. There's the post Mother's Day show, and I'm doing dueling pianos again at the Vault in New Bedford on May 20th with Jim Terrell, and my album with Evening Sky is coming out this summer.
Oh my God! Yes!
Yes, I'm really looking forward to that. So, and actually one of the songs on it is If You Could Read My Mind, Love, what a tale my thoughts would tell. So we love you, Gordon Lightfoot. Godspeed. And yeah, there's about, 9 songs on there? I think.
Great.
We recorded them over the past year, and it's now rapidly approaching completion, and I'm terrified.
You gotta do
Utterly
it
terrified.
scared. Do it
Nothing
scared.
Do it
scares
scared.
Eden. She's
Right?
full of
Yeah.
it.
So what would a life coach tell me about that? Do it scared?
Yeah, you just have to put one foot in front of the other. I mean, I guess my question to you is, what's scary?
People won't like it.
Ah, that's none of your business.
She's so good. You are good. You are good. So
Haters gonna hate, right?
The hater's gonna
and
hate.
the hate is gonna hate, and the fake is gonna fake. I'm just gonna shake it off. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what we do.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Right.
So many people are like, oh my God, what if they don't like it? Who cares? Move on.
That's true. Some
Do
people
you like
won't.
it?
I mean, I have, confession to make is that when I got the first, set of mixes and masters, I was horrified. First, I was stunned, and then as I listened to it, I thought, "Oh, my sibilants are so bad, right? Sibilants is the S sound, right? And when you have a microphone like this, it has these covers to help keep it from going, right?
Like in church.
Like in church,
Like
yeah,
this-
yeah.
this-
Our Father. Anyway, I heard a ton of them because they had this beautiful mic for me when I was recording, and I thought it was picking up much more than I wanted. I loved recording with it, but then hearing the result, it was really sensitive and everything. And so I said, hey, I think we should re-record pretty much all of it. And they very nicely said, we can't do that.
Yeah, they're like, no.
And they also said, we don't hear what you hear.
Yes.
And that was a huge lesson.
This is it. This is it. Like, we're so in our heads, and we have all these stories about, like, oh, what if this, and
Ever
I
happened to
think
you?
this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. Yeah. I mean, I knew that, singers, we all don't hear ourselves correctly, and we don't like the sound of our own voices, and we're stunned when we hear them. But this was stunning even to me.
Yeah.
So then I sent it to two trusted friends, Wendy and Karen.
Oh, okay.
And I said, what do you think? And I didn't tell them, which ones were annoying me the most. I'll just let it go cold and see what they think. And then when I got done, they said, well, what do you want us to comment on? I said, well, don't you hear how bad the S's are? Don't you hear how it's just overdone S in some places? Don't you hear it, all this stuff? And they actually said, are you insane?
Are
you insane? I don't hear anything like that. And they both have recordings.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, then I worry less. So I went to the guys of Evening Sky. I said, okay, I'm coming off the
Yeah.
ledge now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. You can do that. And they also don't want to do something that sounds like crap, so they have standards to uphold.
They got
as well.
standards,
Yeah.
The
They got
standards.
standards here.
Standards like Gordon Ramsay. But they've all, you're right. They actually all have much more recording experience than I do. This is their 9th album. So I have to trust.
Yes.
Right? That's what you would tell somebody, right?
Yes. Trust and believe.
Trust and believe. So that's coming out sometime this summer. And now I am starting to promote it. Oh, blameless slugs. All right. Now is the time when we make shit up. So
Yay!
this is what do we call this? Sounds like a song.
Sounds like a song.
I completely forgot. So Karen Besson, you're my girl. Blameless slugs or shameless plugs. We're gonna sing a song called Blameless Slugs.
Oh, good.
There you
I
go.
love
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
This
blameless.
is a total life coaching song.
Right. All right. You can make up whatever you want.
I was in the garden this morning, and I saw that it had rained. I saw some juicy tracks going down to the tulips, and I thought, those are some slugs, and I'm gonna blame them when they eat my tulips, but they didn't. No,
They didn't.
They were blameless slugs. They were blameless slugs.
Blameless slugs.
Blameless slugs.
Blameless slugs.
They were
Blameless slugs. Yeah, don't blame the slugs. It's not the slug's fault.
You planted the tulips, man.
Hug a slug.
Hug a slug.
No, don't hug a slug. That's gonna be gross. That's gonna be gross. But snails are okay. Snails are delicious.
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah, but actually, you know where I put snails. This is really going off the rails.
Is this TMI?
No, there's a face cream that has snail mucus.
No.
Ooh.
This is why it looks so good. It's not the camera; it's the snail mucus. But yeah, and it's a really good moisturizer. So every winter my skin gets really dry, and the snail mucus it comes from Korea. It's perfectly safe, and you just blather it
No
on.
snails or no slugs
snails.
were hurt.
No,
And it's
no.
true. Yeah, they do not hurt the snails to make the face cream.
Oh, good. What
They're
do
not. Yeah.
do they go to the snail spa and they're just encouraging them to like
Yeah,
secrete?
to release. Yeah, they
Oh,
encourage them to
release,
secrete.
release.
Yeah, they secrete. It's kind of like milk on a cow, but it's a snail.
Uh-huh.
No, not at all.
It's like
so
a
yeah,
silkworm.
like a silkworm. So yeah, there we go. We went from
Slugs to slugs.
to snails.
Too much information.
But yeah, and that's right, Karen. I made it a bossa.
Of course.
I
you
love
Of course, I made
bossa.
it. Don't we all?
Oh my God, it's the best.
Yeah, it was Tish who said, yeah, that's, anything can be a bossa. Okay, let's turn this into a song. Of course, the Sony camera got hot. Look what the camera is looking at. Okay. Yeah. All right. Of course, the Sony camera got hot. Look what the camera is looking at.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we're hot here. It's not even menopause.
It's just another day.
And the
in
live stream.
Kingston, Rhode Island,
That's right.
where there's only hot things to look at, people.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh yeah. To a darn hot. This camera was
too
too
darn
hot.
I'd like to live stream with my Sony tonight.
If it feels like it.
But my Sony's acting like the ass of a pony tonight.
Ooh.
I'd like to live stream with my Sony tonight, but my Sony's acting like a horse's ass tonight. So I gotta turn off my Sony, alright, 'cause it's too darn hot. Thank you, David. Thank you. That's what you get. Sounds like a song.
Sounds
This
like
is
a song
what
to
you
me.
get. It does. It sounds like a song to me.
Mhm.
Sounds like a
Exactly.
great song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you do your comedy, do you use any music? You did. I mean, I think I
do.
played for you.
Yeah,
for
you
a while.
did.
What
Yeah.
What did you say? I don't remember what
Memory.
you said.
I
Memory.
sang Memory
Memory. What
as
do you-
part of a comedy act. Oh, because I
Do you
a lot
remember
of
what
stuff
you
about
said?
cats.
Yeah.
I think I just sang Memory. Yeah. Daylight. Yeah. Oh no! Touch me.
Touch me. It's so easy to leave me all alone with the memories of my days in the sun. If you touch me,
You'll understand what happiness is, and the new day shall begin.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
That's, yeah.
She came to Ocean State Theater,
Who did? Oh, Betty Buckley?
Betty Buckley, and she sang that song, and she was awesome.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
I love it when they do those one-offs in theaters
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, where they bring in the star like that. That's
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah. She was
Oh
great.
yeah, she's brilliant. She's on Law and Order now.
Oh, great.
Yeah. She gets to do a TV thing.
Go, Betty.
Good. Glad you like it, David. That's so good. Yeah. Go, Betty. Go, Betty.
Go. Go.
All right. Go, Betty. Okay. One more.
Betty Bucky.
One more. Okay, Carrie, we're gonna use this.
Jazz Fest.
Jazz
Jazz Fest.
Fest.
Oh, let's.
Jazz Fest. Jazz Fest.
It's time to get all that angst off your chest at
Jazz
Jazz
Fest.
Fest.
Time to make sure that the songs you have are the best. Jazz Fest.
I'm going to knit a really nice sweater vest for
Jazz Fest. I'm going to miss the test. Jazz Fest.
I'm gonna invest. But after this week.
Jazz Fest. You're good.
I like it. It's
It's-
fun.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
This is great.
So basically, when we get to the party in Pawtucket, if you just launch into it, I'm with you.
Great. I'm so happy.
You go.
Yeah, here we
Yeah,
go.
here we
Come
go.
see us. Come
Right.
see us play around.
Right. So, shameless plug. Back to the shameless plugs
plug.
because that's what we do on the Eden Show. So, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Oh, Deborah, did you like that? Okay. Deborah has given us a cat with heart emoji eyes.
Thank you,
So,
Deborah.
what song would suggest a cat with heart emoji heart eyes?
Oh.
Right.
It's one cool cat.
This is for you, Deborah. My cat loves me. He makes those googly eyes at me.
And slow blinks.
Slow blinks, and his tail's way up in the air. My cat, I know he loves me. At least I think he does. But actually, he just loves the food, and he won't share.
That's true.
My cat has heart eyes for everybody else but me.
Oh, boo-ba-doo-ba-doo-bee.
My cat has the heart eyes for everybody else but me.
How come you are a little schmoopy
He
to them?
really likes to rub on my MC.
Whoa.
Oh, yes, he does. And he's allergic. My cat has heart eyes for everybody but me.
Especially if they have an allergy.
This is true.
Absolutely.
This is true. This is true. Jack loves Dan. And Dan is horribly allergic.
Greets me as soon as I open the door to the car. He's right there. Lays down in front of me.
Yeah, like the whole they'll tell me everything. Do it. Yeah, that crappy cat. I'm the one who rescued him. He was 2 months old. I rescued
He's
him.
a cool cat.
Oh, did
He's
you
cool.
bottle feed him?
I didn't. I did show up. He was at a neighbor's house, and I showed up with crunchies.
Oh, crunchies.
And he walks around, meow, meow, meow,
Yeah,
meow. And I thought,
crunchies.
well, this is great. He loves the person who feeds him, right? He's going to remember I rescued him from a life of feralness.
Yeah.
No. He loved everybody but me.
He's just mad you put that collar on him.
He's mad. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I did. I am the man.
I
I'm the man. And I brought him down. All right. Glad you liked it, Deborah. This is what we do on the Eden Show. We do this weird stuff. And we're coming to the end of our show because Emily's got to get ready for a concert. I got to get ready to go to New Orleans. And Dan's got to get ready to go tread the boards
That's correct.
at Rhode Island Stage Ensemble, which will be
Fabulous.
on Saturday night.
Friday,
Saturday,
and
Sunday.
matinee
And
Wow.
it's the Rise Stage Ensemble in Woonsocket, right?
in Woonsocket.
All right.
Do you have a cool costume?
I wear a pocket protector and a button-down Oxford.
That's adorable.
Intentional.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
Well, since I like to wear a lot of, male costumes, this is okay with me. I totally am okay with this.
No pocket
So-
protectors in Victor
I
Victoria.
play a
No
50-year-old
talking records in Victor Victoria.
incel.
Oh.
I'll put up other videos of like the show because it was just really delightful to get to see all of those again.
Yeah,
and
it was.
I'm glad that I get to have that experience and recall it with you because I'm not in touch with everybody anymore.
Yeah.
So it was a really fun experience, and I'm grateful that we get together through that, and I'm grateful to get to know you now again
Me too.
through the life coaching and the comedy. So we will see you for the comedy show, which will be
Yes.
on Monday the 15th. There's your information. And we'll see you for the Eden show in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, that we'll be out in my living room with the dad jokes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of jokes, right?
I love it.
These guys are hilarious. So I did a show with them in the Contemporary Theater Company and played a little bit, and they make the worst puns.
Oh.
It is
Oh,
so
So we had to
good.
give them a
Jokes.
show.
We had to give them a show. So they're going to be out in the living room in front of an audience. And if you're
Oh.
local, you can talk to me about being part of that audience, but they need an audience.
Yeah.
So, and there are 4 of them, and I don't have that many mics, and I don't have that many
It kicks
headphones.
off our 2-week celebration of Father's Day.
Right.
So we're starting with the
Yes.
dad jokes. Then
Yes.
we're going to do I think we'll do something else, and then the next week
Yes.
we'll do a
We'll have a little
record
world
release
premiere.
for a Father's Day song. And
That's
Oh my
right.
God.
ultimately, we'll do a Father's Day
Our
show.
hearts
Look at that.
belong to Daddy. So, we're going to do a lot of dadding.
Whoa.
As we approach the end of May and the beginning of June, we're going to have a world premiere video over here. So we will see you
Great.
for all that. So next week, it'll just be some live streams popping up on my socials while I'm in New Orleans. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for the Dad Jokes live from the living room. But until then, thank you so much, Emily. It was
Thank you. It's
delightful
such
to
What a
have
pleasure.
you.
Great meeting you.
Oh, isn't that great to meet you too? Thank you.
Yes. So we'll have you come back again.
Yeah.
You can catch her, check out all of her socials and everything right there, EmilyTaradash.com. And her Insta is Emily Taradash Coaching. And you can find out all of the cool things she's up to and see all of the different shows she's on.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. And until then, we'll see you in 2 weeks. And everybody have a wonderful night. Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night.